So we're talking about vocals, and we all have had this issue where we wish that the singers could be a little more, how do I say it nicely, on pitch better than other times.
Yep.
So we go into the ugly topic of tuning vocals or
Right.
auto-tuning vocals. I know you guys, we've talked about this, and you guys both have kind of a little different view on how you do this. So Lee,
Yeah.
what's your philosophy on this? I mean, we're talking about someone's craft
Yeah.
and what they're putting out. How do you attack that?
Yeah, I think a couple ways. And it's funny how it's taboo to use live, but not in the studio.
Right.
Isn't that funny? But I think it can be used for a couple ways. But if you're not careful, it can totally backfire on you. So using AutoTune for sure can make a great singer even better. But I think it can take an average singer and make them horrible.
Okay, so explain that, unpack that. Why a great singer even better?
Because AutoTune is dumb, okay? It doesn't know the song. It doesn't know what note you're even trying to sing. It's just going to correct it to the closest note in the scale or in the chromatic scale if you have it.
Yeah.
Right.
So if a singer sings the wrong note completely out of the melody,
It's going to lock them into that note.
it's going to lock
Yeah.
them into that note. Absolutely. For a great singer, let's say they're under the weather, it's a big service, let's say it's Christmas, and they've done 15 services and they got 2 more to go. It can also be a source of confidence for them and maybe help their confidence on stage, knowing that, okay, I'm not under so much pressure, I've got another tool to help.
Right.
Another way that I've used it is a cappella with a 5-piece ensemble with not professional singers. It was something creatively that we wanted to do, and it wasn't totally locked in, but you throw that on in the right key with good singers, and then it's like, oh, now we're talking.
Especially in a moment like that when you don't have an ongoing pitch reference throughout the song
Right.
with an instrument or a band. You know, it just helps to be able to have something to just tighten everything up.
Okay, so you have it ready to go for stuff like that. So when you're walking around doing different events at churches and arenas and all that, are you ready to go with it? Is it a plan?
Usually so. I think it's not like it's an automatic sort of part of my vocal chain, but I do have kind of the similar philosophy around it in that I just want to be able to help make a good vocal performance even better.
Yeah.
Sometimes, you know, if they're overly excited because of adrenaline
Yeah.
and the pitch is just going to ride a little bit sharp,
Yeah.
I know that they're a great singer. It's like, man, I would hate for the audience to go, something's just
Just
off.
not right.
Yeah, because they're bringing energy and they're getting excited, or it's a young person who maybe is getting a new opportunity, and so they're talented, but there's just a lot of stuff that's driving things a little
Right.
sharp, or they're under the weather and things are a little flat, so you can just help it out. But when I do it, I don't ever want to set it so extremely that you can hear it. You know,
Right.
Unless it's like a
Right.
T-Pain kind of thing where it is a special effect,
Yep.
where you need that robotic change. I want to make sure that the correction is slow and the tolerance is, you know, not always 100%, so that it's always
Yeah.
going to seek out and lock in right away to that note, but that it's sort of a soft, just sort of helpful
Yeah.
tool.
So that's the word. Collectively, we're using it as a tool.
Right.
Yes.
That's the when you go in and see it used wrong, it's when it's become a go-to every single time for
Yeah.
somebody. It's just another tool we're adding
Right.
up, you know, especially talking about vocals.
Yeah.
Another tool you add up to
'Cause if
selecting
you're
the right mic.
Because if you're not careful, it can become a crutch.
Right.
And then you develop singers who are lazy and who just say, oh, he'll just fix it in AutoTune.
Right.
Well, the problem is you're not going to use AutoTune on their ear mix. And so if they're singing badly and relying on AutoTune and the PA to help them, themselves and those around them are still hearing the bad performance.
Right.
And so I want them to strive toward bringing the best performance and being
Right.
the best singer. If I can use AutoTune in the PA to help, you know, it's the 5th night in a row on a tour, or it's the 12th service in a Christmas run or whatever, you want to help it tighten things up.
I like that. I use AutoTune quite a bit. I know that's crazy because I came from analog stuff and all that. But I use it all the time.
Really?
Yeah, like almost every time I mix.
How do you use it?
I just use threats. That's a way of AutoTune, right?
And they automatically sing
I
better?
threaten the singer to sing better and just do a better job.
That's
And
great.
It's a really effective way to do AutoTuning, and it's easy for me because I don't really have to mess with plugins and stuff.
Oh, that's great. Congratulations.
Thank you.